Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Crypto This Week. Talk about some of the top and exciting news in the crypto space. I'm Umoren, your trusted money coach. I teach you how to make your money work for you. And today, we're going to be talking about the exciting things that has been going on in crypto. Bitcoin is winning, and institutions are adopting Bitcoin. Right from sovereign wealth to countries to nations, not just the retail investors alone, but now we're seeing institutions, corporations, states, government, they're adopting Bitcoin. This is an exciting time to jump into crypto, but whatever we're saying here today, don't take this as investment or financial advice. I'm only sharing with you some of the things I'm doing, I'm learning, and I hope that you're going to find this very valuable. So let's dive in. What has been going on in crypto this week? First up, a lot of US states are front running the adoption of the strategic Bitcoin reserve. As of this recording, about 21 states are already positioning themselves ahead of the National Strategic Bitcoin Reserve. And what are they literally doing? We're seeing from Florida, Illinois, Maryland, Pennsylvania, Texas, and a lot of more other states. This is very, very bullish because why? The more institutions, states, government, and municipalities that adopt Bitcoin, the better for the network. The race for Bitcoin adoption is heating up. We're not just seeing this in the US alone, but the fact that at least 21 states they're already front running this and they're already putting policies in place to ensure that they can also have Bitcoin on the state's balance sheet. Exciting. Bitcoin is here to stay. Meanwhile, in El Salvador, we see President Bukele meeting with Saylor. For many of you that don't know who Saylor is one of the pioneers of institutional Bitcoin adoption. Saylor was one of the major companies that started putting Bitcoin on its balance sheet. And if we look at the performance of MicroStrategy, which is the company that Saylor leads, we can see that the performance of the stock has been extraordinary since 2020. And now Saylor meets with Bukele. And obviously, what are they going to talk about? We can see that El Salvador was one of the first countries that started pivoting into Bitcoin too. So when I see these two giants meeting, talking about maybe a strategic Bitcoin reserve for, for El Salvador. So the question is, could this be the start of a global Bitcoin reserve trend? Because why? We're saying that the US is literally leading the charge for this. And I'm pretty sure that other countries are going to follow suit. Next, GameStop is in the news again, but this time it's making headline not as a meme stock, but as a power move. If we look at the balance sheet from GameStop, it has about $4.6 billion in cash reserve. Just on the news alone, we've seen that the GameStop stock has already soared over 20%. The fact that a corporation is keeping about $4.6 billion on its balance sheet just as cash, for many of you that are students of the market or economics, you know that it's not wise to keep cash because of inflation. So there is no point in letting inflation eat away your capital when you can put it into an appreciating asset like Bitcoin. So maybe there is something brewing here. There's a possibility that GameStop might be adding some Bitcoin on their balance sheet. So next up, we're going off to the Emirates, to the UAE. Abu Dhabi invested $436 million into Bitcoin ETF. We had this conversation about 2 episodes ago where I was sharing with you that Larry Fink, who is the CEO of BlackRock, and they are considering allocating maybe 2% or 5% of their asset into Bitcoin. Just a recent SEC filing, we're able to decipher that, hey, they've invested almost $500 million into BlackRock iShare Bitcoin ETF. Again, this is so exciting and so bullish for the Bitcoin thesis. Because why? It's not just the retail investors that are investing into Bitcoin or crypto. Now we're seeing nations, we're seeing institutions, we're seeing corporations, we're seeing sovereign wealth literally allocating some percentage of their wealth into Bitcoin. Next, the UK. Barclays joins the Bitcoin revolution. Barclays now holds about 131 million Bitcoin ETF, and this is just based on the latest 13F filing from the SEC. Are we seeing more traditional banks finally waking up to crypto? Because this came to me as a major news. Now, Barclays holds about 2.4 million IBIT shares. IBIT shares is just the Bitcoin ETF by BlackRock. So this is bullish for the crypto thesis because why? Bitcoin is not just for retail investors alone. This is also shifting towards traditional banks, meaning that they will be able to custody crypto. They'll be able to custody Bitcoin. One of the interesting things to even pay attention to is that just in 2025, spot Bitcoin ETF, they've bought over 50,000 Bitcoin just in this 2025. But if you know the history of Bitcoin, we know that only about 18,000 Bitcoin has been minted just in this 2025. So this means that institutions are buying more Bitcoin than it is even being mined. Next, let's look at Bitcoin supply shock. What does this even mean? There is more demand for Bitcoin than it's been produced. If you recall, recently in 2024, we had a Bitcoin halving, whereby for the Bitcoin block reward is now 3.125 Bitcoin. And that is going to go to 1.56 in 2028. This is just telling us that the supply of Bitcoin is going to keep shrinking and the demand is going up. So this literally means that demand is outpacing supply. And if there is a fixed supply and demand is going up, where do you expect the price to go? It's going to go up. This is not the time to sleep on Bitcoin. Last week, I also shared with you that MetaPlanet, which is a Japanese publicly traded company, has a goal to buy 21,000 Bitcoin on its balance sheet. If you look at the performance of MetaPlanet since it pivoted into Bitcoin just last year, one share of MetaPlanet stock was less than 150 Japanese yen. As of today, it's 5,910 Japanese yen. This is crazy, meaning that within the space of a year, this has gone up by over 3,800%. This is the Bitcoin effect. This is how powerful Bitcoin is. Again, we're seeing institutions, we're seeing MicroStrategy, we saw Tesla, MetaPlanet, BlackRock, Fidelity, Barclays, more companies and institutions, and even the US government, more corporations and government are adopting Bitcoin. So Bitcoin is here to take over. Whether it's government or institutions or corporations, they're just buying Bitcoin. The question is not if, but when Bitcoin will become the standard. It's a universal language and it's important to understand it fluently. It's a way we communicate value universally. And if you're not yet playing in crypto, what are you waiting for? Even if I tell you that, yes, this is not financial advice, this is not investment advice, but when you look at what the data is telling us, it's telling us that the stars are literally aligning in Bitcoin's favor. Now, a lot of you might be wondering that, oh, the price for Bitcoin has been volatile, it's been going up and down. A lot of people will judge the performance of Bitcoin by the volatility or the price, but that is not the value of Bitcoin. When you understand that this is a store of value, this is an asset that you can just literally park your money and let the market do its thing, you'll see that this is such a valuable and scarce asset that one can even pass on to the next generation. Because why? The supply is fixed and the demand keeps going up. So for some of you that have been investing in crypto or in Bitcoin and you're still like, oh, I still feel so broke. I don't have any money. You know, bro, I said this last week, you're only pre-rich. Okay? You're pre-rich. You're getting ready to be super rich in this crypto bull run. Well, I'm not saying that that is what is going to happen, but we're going into a bullish cycle. Everything is going to go parabolic. Coin, Ethereum, Cardano, Solana, a lot of coins. The smart money is pivoting into Bitcoin. They're positioning themselves into crypto. And now is the best time to learn and get yourself ready for this bull run cycle. So if you have any question, let me know. That's some of the exciting things that has been going on in crypto this week. And I really hope that you found this valuable. And if you have not yet subscribed to my channel, literally, what are you waiting for? Just subscribe. It's not going to cost you anything. Thank you in advance. Until then, I'm Blooming Umoren, your trusted money coach. I teach you how to make your money work for you. May the market always be in your favor. Bye bye.